welcome to What We Watch After Dark. And today is in the month of October. It's Friday. So that means I'm going to do what I do every October. And on Fridays, I'm going to be showing the series of Nightmare on Elm Street. But it's going to be the original, the 1, 2, 3, possibly 4. And maybe even Freddy versus Jason for one of them. But A Nightmare on Elm Street is what we are talking about today. The director was Wes Craven and written by Wes Craven. The stars were Heather Langenkamp, Johnny Depp, and Robert Englund. The budget was $1.8, and that's an estimate, $1 million. Gross U.S. and Canada, $25 million. Opening weekend U.S. and Canada, $1.2 million. November 11th, 1984. Gross worldwide, $25 million. So there's the business end of it. I can't wait to show you the trailer. So, why don't we go ahead? Let's go ahead and see the Nightmare on Elm Street trailer. Roll 'em.
The kids of Elm Street don't know it yet, but something is coming to get them.
There's something out there, isn't there?
You could just see cuts happening.
What did that, Lieutenant?
I don't know.
Tina! What's the coroner got to say? He's in the jar and puking since he saw it.
They're gonna kill me for sure.
Did you do it?
There was somebody else there.
He was locked in a room with a girl who went in alive and came out in a rubber bag.
No one knows where it came from or who it will visit next.
Nancy? There's something wrong with you. You're imagining things.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Do you believe in the boogeyman?
No.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
No!
She's the only one who can stop it. If she fails,
I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy.
no one will survive.
Help me, please! Where are you?
From Wes Craven, director of The Hills Have Eyes and Last House on the Left, a new masterpiece in fantasy terror, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Welcome back. It's hard to imagine now, but before Freddy Krueger slashed his way into the screen, New Line Cinema was almost on the verge of collapse. But the success of A Nightmare on Elm Street, the studio went from near bankruptcy to being a horror powerhouse. The idea for A Nightmare on Elm Street came from the mind of Wes Craven, inspired by a series of haunting, real stories he read in the Los Angeles Times. Over 3 years, Craven followed the articles about Southeast Asia refugees from the Hmong tribe, many of whom had fled to the U.S. to escape the horrors of Pol Pot regime. But within a year of arriving, 3 young, healthy men died in their sleep after unexpected, terrifying nightmares. That's interesting, I think. Now, these men These men had refused to sleep for as long as they could, terrified of what might happen when they closed their eyes. When they finally did sleep, they woke up screaming and died. Medical examiners are baffled, and autopsy found no clear cause of death. The strange phenomenon lately known as Asian death syndrome fascinates Craven and became the seed for Freddy Krueger, the killer who stalks you in your sleep. But did you know that the first time we see Freddy on screen, it's not Robert Englund playing him? In fact, it's Charles Bellord-Denley, the special effects artist who wore the glove. Bellord-Denley was the only one who knew how to correctly handle Freddy's deadly glove, making him the first person to ever bring Freddy to life. Speaking of stars, did you know this was the film debut of none other than Johnny Depp? Now, Freddy's signature red and green sweater is instantly recognizable, but it almost looks very different. In the original script, Freddy's sweater was actually red and yellow, inspired by the superhero Plastic Man, who could change his form. 1982, an article, Science America, learned that the two most contrasting colors to the human eye are red and green. So he made the switch, and now we can imagine Freddy any other way. Well, folks, those are the facts I've come with you today. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Wes Craven is a master, and I give this movie a 7.5. It's cool that it's Johnny Depp's debut performance. He dies well. So, now, I love the performances. I love the editing. The filmmaking for the time was great. It did not... It's scary in its own way. I mean, the first one, they really kept Freddy in the dark a lot, and really towards the end we start seeing him. But even then, woo! I've always liked the Nightmare on Elm Street series, and I mean, there was even a television show once that I used to watch. It was crazy. Anyway, I love this movie. I give it a 7.5, and please go. I mean, I think you should see it. So I just also want to remind you that need likes and subscribes, please. The likes will help me with the algorithm. The subscribe will help me get to the point of monetization. I love each and every one of you. And I hope you love everybody too. And I hope they love everybody. And so on and so forth. And one day we have peace. Stop the war.